I would have to say probably Kell Brook. Between Kell Brook and Sergey, but I would probably edge towards Kell. I think Kell's a good all-round boxer. You know, he can box, he can fight, he can move. He's strong. He's got good feet. Kell's just a good all-round boxer. Yes, I do. A lot of people say that I can't, and that, you know, on Twitter you need to move on. There's nothing there for you. But you know, Ricky has done a cracking job with me. He helps me with my sparring. Him and Richard get opportunities for me to fight on undercards abroad. So, you know, I believe it's down to boxer. He gets me the opportunities. If I keep winning, he'll get me where I need to go. I'm no doubt about that. I don't know, to be honest. I think obviously people like coming to watch me, otherwise they won't come. But I think they must like my style or like me as a person. I don't know, but I'm happy with, you know, I'm really happy with progress what I've made. I started off selling 100 tickets, now I'm selling thousands. So and I'm doing it all myself, without a box office or without any help. So, you know, just thank you to everyone, really. Well, I think it's easy. A lot of people are not going to want to fight me because A, I'm not the biggest name yet, and B, I can punch. It's same scenario, but on a obviously a lot smaller scale with Golovkin. You know, there's names as big out there like your Chavez and your Quillins, and they're all as big names, but they're easier fights. You know, even if you said to me now, I would fight Golovkin, definitely without a doubt. I'd fight any fighter, but out at middleweights, he would be the last one that I would pick. Yeah, I was very experienced in kickboxing. I had hundreds of fights, but it's a complete different sport. It's just a completely different sport. But you know, it's put me in good stead for my boxing career. Definitely not him. Otherwise, he won't be asking. It won't be asking that kind of questions. I'd probably have to say probably you, Andy.
Cheers.
Floyd Mayweather, because I'd just like to see if he is as good as what he looks on TV, which I'm sure he will be. But you know, I'd just like to see it if I could lay a glove on him. Same, because I think, you know, a lot of people say about boxers who are the best. I think it's same as football. I think Messi is 10 times better than what George Best were, and I think Klitschko is 10 times better than what Muhammad Ali were. I think as time moves on, things get better. People get fitter, faster, stronger. I'm not saying that they're as exciting or as popular or as flamboyant, but I think as time goes on, people get better and faster and stronger, and I think Mayweather is without a doubt the best fighter ever to have lived. Yes, I think if any fighter that tells you that they aren't being dropped is a liar. Every fight has been dropped. That's just a fact. I've never been dropped where it's been like on the verge of getting knocked out. You know, a lot of it can be off balance or you walk onto one. But the strongest boxer I've ever sparred with is probably, it's either Russ Henshaw, who I've been sparring with, the cruiserweight, or Sergey Khomitsky. I mean, Sergey just seems to, when you look at him, he doesn't seem to have any power at all, really. The way he throws his punches, but when he hits you, you know you've been hit. I wouldn't say I'm any tighter than what the other fighters are. I think all boxers struggle to make the weight. If they don't, then they should be doing one lighter. And as for being a middleweight, I'm gonna keep at middleweight for as long as I possibly can. When I wake up and I find it, you know, it's just too hard or not possible to do a middleweight, then I'll go up to super middle, because I think I'm big enough and I'm strong enough to box at super middle. But I'll stay at middleweight for as long as what I can. No, I don't really read boxing forums. I'm very interested in boxing. I follow it. I watch fights. I look what's going on Twitter. I study it. But as for looking at forums, I don't do, no. Well, first answer to the question is, it happened in amateur days. I was having amateur fights and I was knocking people out with egg guard and 10-ounce gloves on, and that's, in amateurs, as you'd probably know, it's not really normal. And it started off saying, oh, he bombed him out, and then the nickname Bomber came from Scott, really, and lads in gym, other amateurs in gym. And as for Tony Bellew, well, I think if you just look on BoxRec and look at the knockout percentages and make your own minds up. Yeah, when he's got something to put on table, but I can't see him having anything to entice me into a fight. It's like Accrington Stanley against Man United. It's just, I'd like it to happen, because it'd probably be 5 or 6-0, but realistically, it's not going to happen anytime soon. His promoter put out an offer to me, but to be honest, it's just one of them where he knows that the fight ain't going to happen. I'm getting paid more than what he offered me already anyway, and B, even if I were to take the fight, I know that he won't be interested anyway, and he drew with a journeyman. Yeah, I have. I could sit here all day and tell you, honestly, I don't know, for 5 or 6 hours I could tell you stories about working outdoors. We'd probably have 10 or 15 stories, little ones, in over one weekend, so there is some mega ones, to be honest. To be honest, I've boxed a mixed bunch of opponents. I would say the most dangerous fighter I've boxed is probably that Mendes, who he'd had won 10 and stopped 9. Obviously, he hadn't boxed anyone of any credentials, but nevertheless, it was a dangerous fight. He didn't hit me because I did him in the first round, so I don't know how strong he actually were, but In terms of the best boxer, I would probably say either Abramenko. Yeah, probably Abramenko's best boxer I've fought up to yet, but I think Khomitsky is way above both of them too. I think it's making a start back after having a fight, because I like to have a bit of time off. I like to enjoy myself. It's getting back in and getting back training. I think that's what me personally, I find hardest. I know people say that you should tick over and you should keep fit, which, you know, I generally do. I'll do a couple of small runs, but I'm not in gym. I like to have a good couple of weeks off. So getting back into gym without a fight, but as soon as I get that fight date, everything I find it all a doddle once I've got a date. No, I don't dislike anyone. Never mind any of my rivals. I think dislike. If you dislike someone, it's a weakness. There's plenty of people out there that I would like to fight and like to share a ring with, but I don't dislike any of them. And you know, when I say there's plenty that I could like to share a fight with, Eubank's probably the top one. But do I dislike him? No, but I would like to fight him. I've had all sorts of different sparring. Obviously, it depends on who I've matched up to fight. I've boxed, well, sparred, come forward fighters. I've sparred runners, boxers, movers. It all depends who I'm boxing. For this fight, I've been sparring a big, heavy cruiserweight that's strong and just keeps coming forward, because, you know, that's what Khomitsky's going to do, or I'm thinking what he's going to do. So, yeah, I've had a mixed bag of all different kinds of sparring. That is a daft question. Not me, because I'm not good at spelling for a start. If it were a game of Connect 4, I'd probably win, but not Scrabble. Get him out of there.
Simple as that.
Yeah. And, well, get him out of there and win convincingly. No, not at all. I've mentioned him over and over again because I'd like my manager, as in Richard, to sit down with his team and talk about a possible fight. It doesn't have to be now, it doesn't have to be in 6 months, it can be in 12 months. But, you know, there's just been no comeback, nothing whatsoever. So I'm doing my thing, he's doing his thing, I'm unbeaten and he's not. So no, I don't think it is. I think being in the ring is the biggest buzz out of anything in the world. When I was younger and even now, you get people coming up saying, "Oh, why do boxers carry on so long? Why do they do this? Why do they do that?" I mean, even if I were a multimillionaire now, I would find it hard to walk away because I love the sport. So I don't know. It's a tricky one. This is a good question. I've always said I want everybody to want me to win. Like, you know, when Ricky were a boxer, everybody who were in that arena wanted him to win. Whereas you get some fighters where people go to watch them lose, or they go to hope that there's an upset on cards. You're always going to get some jealous person or some idiot really wants you to lose, but generally I want as many people to love me and want me to win as possible. And I think, well, a lot of my fans that come and buy tickets, I know that they are genuine fans and they want me to win, and like I say, I can't thank them all enough, and I hope my fan base keeps growing. I'm buzzing, to be honest. As soon as it were booked, I've booked to go to Vegas, so I'm going to be heading out of there. Hopefully Richard can get me a ticket to go and watch it. I just think it's a mega fight. Whether it lives up to the hype and the whatever, then I don't know. But I think it's the biggest fight that's ever happened. So I've just got to be there. I want to be there.